Hey, boy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to XLNC Shoutcasting. I'm Jake Kelton, your host, and this is ASMR. We have Vladimir picked up. No, I can't do that. Only Wraith can do the ASMR. Vladimir banned away by Team Todd, as well as LeBlanc, taking out those mid laners, and I guess a top lane super tanky mess of a champion, Vladimir, after his rework. He's such a weird champion, and yet still kind of awesome.
Seems you left your brave pants at home.
It's
Want me to wait while you go get them?
No thank you, Poppy. You don't have to wait. I am wearing pants. I am indeed. What is Nong Nong going to bring to the table? That's the question. He gets last pick for Team Todd, so he is going to bring out something special, that's for sure. Lemur! Lemur's here, guys!
Yes, sir.
I feel so wonderful! Lemur, it's you! Look at it. Tonight is the Legends. The Legends are here. Reeves was here earlier. Lemur's here now. The League of Legends is truly alive tonight. Ari or Riot, but it's got to be like ADC Ari top lane or something crazy. We'll find out. Swain banned away as well by Team Chad, also not wanting the weird Birdman played. Poppy, Xin Zhao, a lot of bruisers, a lot of engage. That's one of the things that Xin Zhao brings, is he's such a massive damage dealer early on in the game. He can obliterate in a 1v1, and then late game, using that ultimate, can decrease a lot of damage done to him. But if you have a good bruiser on your team as well, using that melee to good effect, you can still take him out. He just, that burst damage early in the game. It's so annoying. No free names, electing to go with the Cho'Gath, maybe for the jungle, maybe for the top lane, we'll find out. Looking for just a super scaling tank front line. We saw a Cho'Gath last week that died 7 times but absorbed over 40,000 damage and won the game for his team simply because everyone on the enemy team would use every spell they had to kill him, and then the team could just walk in, finish the fight, win the game. I don't think I actually mentioned it. The Devil77, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I just noticed that now. I don't know where I missed it, what happened, but I appreciate that. So, play what you want. I'm just playing. Play what you want. I'm just playing. Everyone voting Team Todd because they like Nong Nong. We'll find out if it's good enough. Not a Fox main, pushing it for Nami, to many with the Jax, Deliciously on the Zed. So we've got some pretty good engage coming out from Team Chad. Jax being able to leap strike in, as well as Zed going for those assassination popping. The main thing they don't have is an ADC right now. No problem. Todd the opportunity to ban away some ADCs like the Ezreal, who right now, especially with 8.12, is not in a great spot. But the main thing with Ezreal is he's such a safe champion. When you go Kleptomancy on him and you play him in lane, you can just be left alone. I mean, this guy is so passive playing. He does great poke damage late game. He goes double tier
The
items
weak fear the shadows.
is able to just get decent hit. Never does bad and never does jaw-droppingly incredible. Well, we've seen him do jaw-droppingly incredible, but he's just a kind of overall safe champion. And so Team Todd going to take him out, not wanting him played as Team Chad, going to ban away jungles. Not sure whether the Cho'Gath is truly going jungle or top lane. The Yi and the Kayn banned away, taking them out as well. And Salic is back.
I'm back.
Welcome back,
Sorry.
Salic. I should probably drop your audio down because I think you're super, super loud.
Am I? Oh, that's a problem.
That's on me, though. That's not on you.
All right. Oh, boy. We got 3 DRFs in this one.
Yes, it's the DRF team coming out, but it is blue team is Team Todd, and red team is Team Chad, as it's a bromance this game around. The bros are just being bros, chilling out, playing bros. As Kaisa going to be picked up from Team Todd in combination with the Alistar. I thought maybe it was going to be the Alistar Yasuo combination, but DRF Todd decides to pick up the true diving champion of the Fizz. Going to be engaging from swimmingly across the map, as Ari is picked up by Nong Nong, taking that champion, but Fizz has already been picked up for the mid lane, so is it that Ari top lane? We'll find out, or unless it's a Fizz top lane.
I was about to say, I would bet it's the Fizz in top lane.
That's
if
true.
If it were me, that would be where it goes. Meanwhile, we got not a Foxman hover on the Nami right now. Too many on the Jax. Let's just seal 1924 picking up that Caitlyn. As we see some changes starting to happen on the side of Team Chad. A couple of trades going through. Not much. Looks like just the Zed and Jax swapping up. So too many going to be on that Zed.
So it is, yeah, well, they've already switched. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they were switching away as the Zed was picked up second. But before we get into game, let's go ahead and roll through the players and their champions. For Team Todd, we've got no free names on that Cho'Gath. Is going to be going into the jungle. DRF Xeno on the Kaisa bottom lane AD carry role. DRF Cobra with the Alistar bottom lane support. DRF Dive taking the Fizz in the top lane. And Nongnong on the Ahri in the mid lane, most likely.
And meanwhile, we've got Team Chad, not a Fox main on the Nami for the support. Temeni taking the Zed to, he's hovering teleport right now, so I'm going to guess top lane instead of mid lane. Jax by Delicious Seal in the hovering Ignite. There goes the summoner swap, so make that Zed actually in the mid lane like he's supposed to be, and Jax up to the top lane. She's my poison, taking the Graves down into the jungle, and 1924 on the Caitlyn. Welcome back as the ADC.
No new players this game, but that is totally fine. We've got a lot of people that haven't played in a while, 1924 being one of them, so a special welcome back to them. Looking at these compositions, the team power 5v5 of Todd, Cho'Gath, Alistar frontline, Kaisa to engage the backline, Fizz and Ahri, magic damage out the butt. But the main thing is they don't have any solid ADC or AD damage besides the Kaisa. So if Team Chad are able to build a decent amount of magic resist, I think that they can kind of handle themselves. But once again, we've got that 5-man team fight from Team Todd, and we've got the assassin damage dealing team from Team Chad. Zed, Jax, Graves, Caitlyn with the passive disengage Nami as the support.
My main concern for Team Chad would be once Cho'Gath and Alistar get some armor under their belts, they are going to be unkillable. It's going to be very difficult to get past that particular front line. If Alistar lands a headbutt pulverized combination, Cho'Gath can drop Rupture right underneath that and extend that knock-up duration for a very, very long time, make it very difficult for them to do anything while they're getting blown to pieces by the Kaisa, Fizz, and Ahri. I'm just going to go ahead and call it right now. I'm actually going to take Team Todd on this one as my pick.
Hey,
I
too
really
late.
like
I already picked Todd. I actually even voted for them in the poll that's currently active. If you were here, you could have seen that. It's cool. And again, though, you said the team fight composition in last game, and this time around, Team Chad is the one that's got the split push damage dealing team. And, you know, for kicks and giggles, I'm going to vote for Team Chad, even though I voted for Team Todd in the poll just because I like their name. One of the reasons being that this Zed can flat out ignore the Alistar and Cho'Gath. He can go for those squishy members of the Kaisa, the Fizz, the Ahri, pop off, get the damage down, back away. And when you only have tanks left in the fight, there's nothing left, no damage left. And then you're able to take your Caitlyn or your Jax to just beat them down. And I think that, again, if Chad takes the aggressive route early, if they put the pressure on, they get that engine going, they can carry on into a win before the tanky members are able to scale. Cho'Gath is so squishy and so gankable early on in the game. Yes, past 35 minutes, he's an unkillable monster. But before then, especially pre-10 minutes, he is a tiny, squishy, easily killed Voidling. And it's up to the Graves, once again, in the jungle, to see if he can put that pressure down in the top lane.
I would argue, well, I mean, I can see where you're going with the Cho'Gath being a weak point prior to 10 minutes. My main focus is going to be on the Alistar, because the Alistar has to be the primary engage tool. Yes, Kaisa can dive the backline, but if nothing's happening on the front line to keep the enemy team occupied, that backline dive is just going to result in a dead Kaisa. I would love to see a simultaneous engage from different angles from DRF Xeno and DRF Cobra. If Alistar can get that front line engaged with the rest of the team while Kaisa dives the back line, that is a very easy team fight. Even if they aren't quite as tanky as you would like to see them be, I could see that being a very, very devastating fight at 20-25 minutes.
We're going to chill up here. We're waiting for everyone to load into the game because I want to see the dragon as he goes flying around. I believe that the dragon in the top left corner is a mountain drake, though we may not get it as the teams are moving out and we have yet for the dragon to spawn and show up. We'll give it another
I
2
think the
seconds.
dragon, actually, the dragon that flies around back there, if I'm not mistaken, isn't one of the elemental drakes. It's just the old, like,
The
boring
old Drake. The old Drake.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I did have something I wanted to show everyone real quick. Does anyone recognize this item as a necklace hanging around this little obelisk here? Let me know in the chat if you guys recognize what that is. Most of you should be able to recognize it. But both teams moving out. Team Todd versus Team Chad. Welcome to XLNC Casting. Playing safe. No invades. I was expecting maybe an invade from Team Chad, especially if you've got those Caitlyn traps or the Jack stun available. But instead, they are just going to play it safe, which means that without anything too aggressive going on, the game should start just your typical laning phase.
Honestly, I kind of like that coming out of these two teams. I mean, yeah, we talked about Team Chad being able to make a big play, but level 1 really isn't where they're able to do that. Yes, they have Nami Bubble for CC, but that's pretty much it, unless they bring the Jax down for that. And honestly, I would leave the Jax up in the top lane, let him do his thing. Speaking of top lane and letting people do their thing, it is going to be the Fizz in the mid lane by DRF Dive, and Nong Nong taking that Ahri into the top lane. Typical Nong Nong taking something where you wouldn't expect it to be.
Typical Nong Nong. He likes to be a meta breaker. So Ahri versus Jax, I would put it in the favor of Ahri for the burst after she hits level 6. Before then, Jax should be able, just with a Q and a leap strike, to be able to output enough damage that shouldn't be too concerned.
My main concern for Jax would be that level 2, if he can get the level 2 advantage, he can go in for an engage. If Ahri gets the level 2 advantage, though, if she has that charm in addition to her wave clear, I actually would give Ahri the advantage in that fight. It's just a matter of who hits level 2 first, in my opinion.
As within the bottom lane, Alistar not going to be able to do much until he hits that level 2 spike. Now, he gets level 2 in the top lane. They'll just seal just a minion or two behind that. It is going to be chunked down to half. Gonna have to take his time to slowly chunk out the Ahri once he hits level 2. Cobra level 2, not in position for an engage of that headbutt knockup. Though you can also still wait till level 3 to get the stun as well. In the meantime, though, Kai'Sa just farming, feeling pretty good about it. Caitlyn having to try to just sneak away a couple with the Piltover Peacemaker.
I'm almost to level 3 now. This is looking like it might go very bad for Delicious Seal.
Oh, if Nong Nong gets the charm down. Oh, charm is going to miss. Delicious Seal goes in, finds the stun, but Nong Nong's not underneath the turret, so there's no extra turret shots to help out in that fight. Both will back off. Ahri does have a farm lead, but there are a bunch of minions there for Delicious Seal on this Jax to pick up, as Tamani in the mid lane going to take a bit of poke damage, as Dive's going to be able to just kind of burn him down to half health. It is a Zed, though. Until he's at that 0 health and he's seeing a gray screen, you never know what he can pull out.
Indeed. Jungler's hovering towards the top side here, especially She's My Poison on that grave. Might look for a gank early onto the top side, depending on pathing, of course.
And one of the things with the Cho'Gath versus Graves is that Graves wins out in a 1v1. So if She's My Poison wanted to invade, wanted to be able to kind of duel the Cho'Gath, should be able to shut him out, especially with that red buff. As we see now, he actually is walking into the enemy jungle. I don't think he's going to find the Cho'Gath as he's turning towards the mid lane instead.
Yeah, turning for that gank.
Oh, in the top lane, the charm goes down.
Oh, the flash!
Picks up the early first blood. And that's going to be a clean kill for Team Todd before we even get to see much of what goes on. Just gets the charm, gets the ignite, gets the damage, now able to push that whole minion wave in. Doesn't have the teleport, so we'll have to walk back to lane. Delicious Seal, though, respawning. Gonna teleport back up there and pick up as much of that farm as he can.
Meanwhile, DRF Dive did a good job using his Playful Trickster to get out of that gank coming in from She's My Poison, and no free names walked in on the backside there to make sure that they didn't go for the follow-up from the mid lane. So great job disengaging that fight in the mid lane as well.
Anytime that you want to pull an instant replay, I've got that set up. As DRF Dive ignited now, uses the Playful Trickster, flashes forward, gets the last auto check, cleans up to many, and does he live? Oh my goodness, with less than 30 health, able to walk away with a fast play in the mid lane. Quick on the fingers.
Very well done, getting that second kill in line, taking advantage of just poking, basically. There was a lot of poke coming out of Dive there. prior to that engagement.
And one of the things you got to recognize is sometimes it is better to play aggressively. And the Fizz, realizing that there's a pretty good likelihood that he was going to die, decides to flash after Tomani to get the last auto attack, guarantee that Ignite ticking down will finish the Zed away. One auto attack back, Zed would have been able to clean him up. But instead, because he plays that surprise aggression, able to get in. Now, no free names versus the Graves. Graves should win this fight, though he is going to get knocked up. Actually, the CC from no free names may be able to hold him in place. Forces the flash out. Zed goes in. One more auto attack. Cleans up no free names. And that's going to be the Cho'Gath sticking around way too long, even though he did win that fight against the Graves, forcing his flash out.
Absolutely.
Ooh, charm on Delicious Seal. So much damage flashing forward using the ult, forward. Nong cleans up a second kill in the top lane. And you might be right on the prediction as Todd is starting off fast and furious on Team Chad. And with Dive going in, diving underneath the turret onto Tomani, gets some good chunk damage down. Hasn't been able to clear him up just yet as he started with that Hex Drinker. So will be able to be shielded from some of that magic damage. But he lives in mid lane for now.
Yeah, and I wanted to note, it's unfortunate for Delicious Seal up in the top lane. He did flash to try to avoid some of the damage coming out of Nong, and
engage onto
just didn't
1924.
go well.
Exhaust stun. Xeno cleans up one in the bottom lane. So Kai'Sa feeling pretty good about that. Has now almost over 2,000 gold. So gonna get the BF sword when she does back. We'll see what the first item she decides to buy with that is. As Caitlyn sent back to the fountain. Has already purchased just a straight up BF sword and some pots. So going to be starting a similar start as well. With that death though, is on the back foot in this bottom lane.
On the back foot in this bottom lane, officially a little over 300 gold, or I'm sorry, that was a little over 500 gold down to the Kai'Sa. As we see Kai'Sa picking up the Bilgewater Cutlass as the first item.
So it isn't the BF sword route, instead going for the tank killer of the...
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. That's the tank killer build. They don't have any tanks on the side of Team Chad. This might, if Kai'Sa continues to go down this road, go for this build, that might put some of the advantage back in the hands of Team Chad, just because of the fact that a wrong build for this particular team comp you're playing against.
Yeah, and well, Delicious Seal taking so much damage in the top lane. May be falling here with one more auto attack. No, he just uses the last proc out of the ultimate to get in. Dive in the mid lane. Should be bopping as well. Tomani picking that one up. Takes an extra turret shot just for kicks and giggles. As Graves in the top lane going to clear the control ward. Found out by the Ahri. Gonna back away fine as the 3-0 Nong feeling good up there. 1924 gets some good damage down, and this is with that build difference we're talking about. This straight damage from a Caitlyn should be able to beat out that Cutlass start from the Kai'Sa. Did live just barely with a nice flash and heal both used, so Xeno gonna be able to get back in the base. But that Caitlyn, I mean, just straight up 1v1 BF sword wins. And
yeah, well, I'm just disturbed by that start, because that took so much power away from Kai'Sa.
Maybe there's something we don't know going on. As Cobra goes in just to CC the Caitlyn, keep her from doing too much damage onto the turret, trying to do what he can to stall out that bottom lane a little bit longer, wait for Kai'Sa to be able to finish off some of her items. Not a Foxman doing a good job of clearing up those wards with a really nice skin as well. I'm gonna double check real quick. That's
SKT, I believe.
Ah, that is why I was like, it doesn't look like the Siren Nami unless it's a chroma that I don't recognize. And I play a decent amount of Nami, so. In the top lane, Delicious Seal's at least keeping up with farm. 40 farm, down 18. Should be able to pick up a bunch of that with the minion wave crashing. But having a struggle of a time up there, only has a Vampiric Scepter. Has been shut down so many times by Nong. And this Ahri is starting to get really, really fed.
The bright side for Delicious Seal is that Nong isn't going to be able to take this tower very, very quickly, because it is a magic damage dealer. Yes, they do get a little bit of bonus damage against the towers when they're going after it.
Oh, no free names getting jumped on in the mid lane. Tamani getting some nice damage. Down picks up one. The ult from the Fizz. He jumps with a shadow. Now the Ignite ticking away. Hexdrinker going to save him from a bit of damage. Waiting for his cooldowns. Jumps to a shadow as well. Gets out for the moment. Dive wants to continue to chase in, but some shurikens are down. Nong Nong though with the roam shows up. Cleans up a 4th kill in this game. 6-3. Todd still massively in the lead.
Yeah, 4-0-0 on that top lane, Ari. A great job by Nong Nong. Just generally disrupting what Team Chad was thinking was going to come out. And as a result, Todd is able to take some massive advantages as we see Nong Nong coming back into the mid lane.
Yeah, able to clean that one up without much of an issue. And one of the things here is that Team Chad just doesn't have the wardage to be able to see these engages, as 1924 gets jumped on. The nice Nami ultimate slows down Xeno, but the damage is still good. The heal keeps the Caitlyn alive for a moment, but not a Foxman on the wrong side. The flash saves 1924 with almost no health. Uses the ult as well just to chunk Xeno down a bit more. However, with no free names on this Cho'Gath showing up, they should be able to push in underneath the turret, as Not a Fox main doesn't have the mana to be able to defend this one.
And I know we keep talking about it, but I gotta say it again. If that's a BF sword on top of that Kaisa, that's a dead Caitlyn.
Now, somebody, Rezdra, mentioned in the comment section that it could be a gunblade on the Kaisa, but DRF dive. Oh! That was some serious swag showing up from Temeni on this Zed. 4-2, feeling confident, feeling good. Has gone down a time or two, but even still, we've seen this guy get fed before, what he can do with it. Alistar comes in just for a little CC. Graves around the corner, but it could be a 3v2 as Kaisa and Cho'Gath here as well. Temeni just shadow clones over the wall, gets out of dodge fine. Bottom lane turret still alive as they elected for Team Todd to go get the Windrake, but that just makes these roams by the Ahri even faster.
Ahri roams as well as Kaisa and Alistar roams. Now it looks like they're feeling a little more confident to go ahead and move around the map a bit in order to take advantage of some of the little bit of advantages they've got, as Delicious Seal goes in on Nong Nong.
Well, he was jumping forward to clear the cannon minion, and Nong Nong timed the charm perfectly to catch him out. And one of the things is that this Graves was farming the Krugs during that time, and She's My Poison, unable to help this Jax defend. He had to just sit there helplessly behind his turret watching those minions disappear. Went in and was able to get the cannon minion, but then immediately has to recall as the top lane turret, First Blood turret, will go down for Team Todd, just stacking up even more gold on this already very fed Ahri.
That's a 27 CS lead for the Ahri, 5-0-0 to a 0-3-0 Jax. Massive, massive advantages in the top lane, and Nong Nong's good about spilling those over into other lanes. Anticipate Nong Nong moving around possibly into the mid lane to stem the bleeding from the Fizz, as Fizz it looks to be roaming towards the bot side of the map to help with this engage, possibly a 4-man engage here.
Oh, that's going to be 1924 pushed back, going to be taken out as Xeno cleans it up. Cobra steals it away, the BM, that's what I meant to say, as no free names finishes off Not a Fox main, catching him out, and a quick 2 kills over to Team Todd, able to pick that one up easy with a nice engage. Graves and Zed here to try to defend this bottom lane turret, but it is 2v4. They have their work cut out, and it looks like they may just cede it away.
They're gonna have to give it up. Well, as we see DRF Koba going in onto many to try and just push them off a bit.
Yeah, She's Not Poison, poking a little bit of damage, but the ult from the Alistar keeps him pretty well tanked up. Not too concerned about this. The Vorpal Spike's gonna slow anyone that tries to engage if the members of Team Chad try to stop this, but they get the turret. None too worried about it. And so the fight continues as Ahri, left alone in the mid lane, cleans up the mid lane turret as well, and then heads back to the top lane as Jax finally able to pick up a little bit of farm, pushes those minions in, and immediately backs out.
Able to pick up a little bit of farm, but still 18 down. As I was looking at it, Cho'Gath has 2 stacks already, and those 2 stacks are a dragon and a champion from devouring the Nami at the end of that last
1924
fight.
in trouble. Exhaust is down as well. The stun trying to land on a Foxman held him for a moment inside the bubble, but 1924 will still fall. Used everything heal as well. The flash was on cooldown. Xeno throws out the Void Seeker just to keep an eye on Not a Fox main, but that Nami could do nothing to stop his ADC from falling as Nong Nong in the top lane gets good damage down to Temeni, who goes back in. Is it going to be the Assassin 1v1? He's got good damage down. Nong Nong here as well. Delicious Seal way onto out of range. Will hop in with the Q as well. Can it be the clean kill? Timani taking a to the face, backs out, and it looks like Ari will live, though I have more often than not been wrong in situations like this.
Ari sticking around to make the bait as well as DRF dive collapsing. She's My Poison taking the ultimate there.
Yeah, one of the things I liked about She's My Poison, waited for the Playful Trickster to come out from Fizz before hopping over the wall, so the Fizz could not follow. Delicious Seal in trouble now as, no, he's going to be jumping onto DRF Dive to many here as well. Very low health, gets a little bit of poke. What is he doing? He's so low. Dive's going to be able to clean that one off with another Ignite as well. She's My Poison trying to get some damage onto No Free Names. Delicious Seal is here for the cleanup. He's got one. However, Dive's got a bunch back as well. It could be a trade 2 for 2. And Jax is back into this game now, 2 and 3 as 1924 engaged upon once again in the bottom lane. Xeno, so confident, uses the Void Seeker and immediately just ults right in underneath the turret, doesn't care. Cleans up another kill on the now 0 and 4 Caitlyn, just having a really rough game.
Yeah, keeps getting caught out of position there by the tag team of Xeno and Cobra. The two of them are moving around very effectively together, making sure that if there is a fight, they have the numbers advantage with it. And as a result, Xeno's going to get some damage down onto that tier 2 bot lane turret.
Well, at this point, there really shouldn't be any members of Team Chad that are solo. Like, even Nami trying to ward should be with the rest of her team members. Now, with 2 here, there's an opportunity to move forward. Tamani wants in, and actually is head-butted closer to the Kaisa. Jumps in with the Shadow Clone. Ultimate as well. Shurikens are down. That's going to be Xeno following. They should be able to clean up Cobra anytime that they want. Bubble going to secure him in position long enough for Tamani to get just knocked up. Head-butted backwards, but with a Shadow Clone forward. Fox main here for the slow. Steals it away! Not a Fox main. Wants to make sure that this Nami doesn't leave empty-handed. 1-1-3 says, I have no farm, but I'm going to grab a kill on the enemy support. Make him pay for what was happening. 13 kills to 8. Todd still in the lead as Timani flashes the wall. Dive falls too. Oh, he almost lives, but the corruption taking away from the Fizz steals it down, and the Zed falls.
I was just about to mention that corruption when you were talking about him walking away, and then the kill came through anyways.
Yeah, so it could be She's My Poison getting some good chunk on to Dive. There comes the burst. Can the Fizz get out of this one? I highly doubt it. Dashes through the Nami. She's My Poison, stealing it away with an ultimate. Unnecessary, but still awesome nonetheless. 1924 1v1 with Xeno. There's that immediate ultimate in. That's what you don't want to do on this Caitlyn.
Oh, I gotta see that again. Holy cow, that was fantastic.
We'll fade it over once you get that instant replay set up as Nana just continues to push in this top lane. Feeling just fine. 151 farm to the 109 on this Jax. All right, here we go with the instant replay. Go ahead.
Okay, so Xeno misses the Void Seeker, but uses the slides to the side and manages to jump to 1924, dodges literally every single skill shot Caitlyn has on that. That was beautifully played by Xeno to pick up that kill in that 1v1 situation. Back over to you.
Yeah, one of the things with the Kaisa is that you want to be close enough to whoever it is that you're hitting for all of those rockets to have maximum impact. There was nothing around. There was no way any of those rockets would have gone anywhere but the Caitlyn. You just saw that health just cleared, decimated. Xeno cleans it up. That should be an Oshadrick as well over to Team Todd as Team Chad are running out of options about how to get back into this game. The Zed 5-4-2 has been shut down several times, unable to find these assassinations. Is 1924 going to be caught out once again? This Caitlyn, I would call her inting, but she does seem to at least be trying. Flashes away, uses the 90 caliber net as well, will still fall. Xeno cleans up a 5th kill of the game, and it is the Blade of the Ruined King from the Kaisa against a 0 tank team. I mean, maybe you'd call Jackson off tank? That's about it. Shelly spawned in the bottom lane.
You would be able to call him an off-tank if he had enough gold to buy items. The issue is that he doesn't have enough gold to buy items right now. It's sitting on 4 components and no completed items right now on that Jax.
Just too strong. Team Todd, use that Rift Herald, spawn in the bottom lane, clean up the 2nd tier turret, gets a slam onto the 3rd as well, so the inhibitor turret taking a chunk of damage. Void Sinker just going to miss. not too concerned about diving in on 4 members. They're going to back out feeling good. Baron spawning in under 20 seconds. So they may just recall, set up, get some vision down, and go for the Baron. Because at this point, it's just a chokehold on Team Chad.
Speaking of vision, Nong Nong had none pushing up right there. And I'm really surprised. Oh, there we go.
Oh, the charm prediction. Nong Nong may be able to use the last of the ultimates to get over the wall and escapes. What a beautiful, beautiful play. DRF dive here as well to just add some extra defense, and Nong Nong gets out of the impossible.
That was absolutely nuts. I thought Nong Nong was dead for sure there, especially once Temeni hit the ultimate and decided to go in 100% there. I thought for sure that was going to be a collapse. Very well played by Nong Nong to get out of that situation.
She's my poison, clearing up the red buff, but 113 farm to the 99 farm of the Cho'Gath, 1, 2, and 2, has played safe, but had little impact on the game, and continuing to go that damage route now with the Caulfield's Warhammer and Serrated Dirt is just, I mean, yes, you want damage on your team, but at this point, no one can really play that front line for Team Chad, and they just don't have any options because we're past the 20-minute mark. Cho'Gath is starting to get really tanky. Alistar has the Knight's Vow finished, as well as that Warden's Mail, probably going for a Frozen Mallet to slow down even more of those attacks from the Caitlyn. I mean, everyone else is AD on Team Chad. Just build straight armor and you're fine.
Exactly. You don't need to worry about any magic resist at all, which makes the Mercury's treads on the Cho'Gath really kind of confusing, but I suppose he's going for the reduced duration on the slows, taunts, and all that. Reduced CC is always a good thing when you're the Cho'Gath and you want to be in the front eating people.
And not to call out 1924 anymore, but I do have to mention, I mean, 1924 has had a rough game. A really, really rough game. So you got to feel bad. Double BF swords makes me feel like this Caitlyn is first iteming Infinity Edge, which used to be good, but since the new patches, only gives you bonus crit, and she has no crit right now. And it is that no first crit. Item Infinity Edge, so that's not even going to help her deal any extra damage. As Nong Nong in the top lane tries to get away from Temeni. In the meantime, No Free Names is here, looking to play that tank front line, knocked up by the Nami ultimate. Nong Nong uses the Zhonya's, bubbled up by not a Fox main, trying to get the last little bit of damage down, can't find the range. In the meantime, Kaisa has executed the Graves, falls, the Cho'Gath falls as well. This fight is all over the map as Jax is going to fall, Nami as well, and Nong Nong lives once again, as it is a near ace, only the Caitlyn alive for Team Chad.
Absolutely nuts on that fight. I am going to rewind.
Yeah, rewind and play it slowly so we can see that again, because the engage started out so good from Team Chad, but once Nong Nong was untouched after using the Zhonya's, it kind of just fell apart from there. Nobody could find the Kaisa, and it just went downhill. DRF dive, getting good damage down, should be able to clear out this top lane inhibitor turret, as the bot lane inhibitor turret seems to be in the eyes of Team Chad. Just kidding, it's 1924. Cobra diving does get snared up by the Caitlyn trap, the root onto the Kaisa as well. She may actually go down due to this. Cobra unable to tank up both turrets, and a double kill for the Nami? Okay, all right. Anyway, fade over to the instant replay, go ahead.
All right, so back to that fight. Nong Nong and Delicious Seal kind of poking around as this turret goes down. We see Temeni and She's My Poison collapsing here. Temeni comes in as No Free Names goes after the Devour on Delicious Seal, does manage to go out as we see Nong Nong get ulted by Temeni, lands a charm immediately as Not a Fox main ults into the cross. Beautiful Zhonya's from Nong Nong to make sure that he does not go down immediately. Cobra then with the beautiful peel work. Temeni jumps back over to here in the middle of the fight, where She's My Poison manages to take down the Cho'Gath, and then Xeno arrives and just starts cleaning up the rest of the fight. Nong Nong still managing to run away as lands a charm. Dive here on the bot side, takes out Not a Fox main as the Ignite is burning on Delicious Seal. 1924 just runs off, has no business being in the fight anymore, as DRF Cobra finishes off the kill onto Zed, and Nong Nong flashes the Poro there at the end of the fight.
Crazy, crazy fight. A lot of that as Xeno doing work on this Kaisa. 1924 barely living with a nice 90 caliber net over the wall. Keeps her safe for the moment as Cobra just continues to run her around the map. Dive once in. Nice dodge on the ultimate from the Fizz. He flashes the wall, but the flash from 1924, that is a hard wall to flash. And she does it. Throws out the ultimate just for good measure. A little bit of spite. Many in that mid lane just being at this point, the unkillable 6-0 Nong Nong is playing with her food anytime she isn't killing somebody.
Playing with the food, just dancing in front of a 3v1 like, come at me. Lands the charm over the wall. Well played. Ocean
Drake should be going over to Team Todd as well, which makes these tanks even more unkillable. Those are the Drakes you want when you've got a Cho'Gath and a Alistar. Nami throwing out the ultimate, stuns up 2 for the moment, using a nice little knockup. She's by poison, lives, and yes, will walk away alive. Nong Nong, though, will find too many with a nice smite from the Cho'Gath there as well. He tries to get in onto the Fizz dive. The X-Trigger keeping alive for a moment will still fall as he has nothing left for the fight. Ult already used, and that's 2 more kills. Or I guess it was a trade of 1 for 1. Yeah, I was a little confused there. Fizz going over the wall for Not a Fox main. Ultimate use as well. Cleans up 1. Nog Dog, a legendary 8-0, but she is in trouble now inside the enemy team's base. Gets over the wall with another nice ultimate. But Caitlyn trying to get what damage she can down onto the dive that only has crit items at this point. Can't even finish off Nong Nong with the ult. Can anyone stop this Ahri?
Well, if Caitlyn had a little bit more damage, she would have been able to. But unfortunately, that first item, Infinity Edge, kind of kills it. Meanwhile, while all that was happening on the right side of the map, the left side of the map, in the top lane, Delicious Seal just kind of pushed in to the second tier turret on the top side. So they now have 2 towers worth of gold sitting in their pockets on the side of Team Chad. So they can get a couple more items from that global gold.
Can the split push Jax save the team? I like 1924 finally learning her lesson, throws out the Piltover Peacemaker to check in a brush that she cannot see, hits the Fizz, decides to back out. I mean, just imagine how that last fight would have gone, especially that ultimate with a BF sword. Instead has the Infinity Edge building into a static Shiv. It's all right. It's a weird meta, guys. It's a weird meta. You got to do weird things. We're not going to judge. We're not going to judge.
Mordekaiser mid.
Mordekaiser mid lane. Bottom lane, ADC Nami. We won the game. I cannot complain. Baron started up by Team Todd. 3 members here. It's just the Alistar and Kai'Sa could be enough, but Nong Nong going to add some extra damage. Jax is around the corner. Could try to get in and disrupt this. Graves alive as well, but he's on the bottom side of the map, so unable to get in and smite this away. So free Baron over to Team Todd makes their job even easier, and that's going to make also the split push for the Jax even harder.
Yeah, this Cho'Gath's gonna get real big this game. Only 3 of his stacks are restricted.
Oh, Jax goes in, finds the stun onto Alistar. Cobra starts the ultimate as well, just to become untouchable. Ultimate onto Delicious Seal, going to slow him down for the moment. He's the tankiest member for the team. Chad gets the stun onto the Cho'Gath. Everyone backing underneath the turret. The knockup on Not a Fox main. Nami falls. Kai'Sa with those rocket damages as 1924 going to find a lot of pain. Nong Nong goes over the wall. Delicious Seal tries to find the stun, won't be able to land it. They're holding now, but the mid lane turret will still fall. That's one of the best fights I've seen out of Team Chad so far this game. He'll use. They are going to lose 1. They're going to lose 2. Kai'Sa, great damage, uses the ultimate to get to the back line. To many here, finds the execution onto Xeno. Delicious Seal cleans up the Fizz as well, so it's a trade 3 for 2, but the inhibitor in the mid lane is gone. Nong Nong finds Delicious Seal. The charm goes down. That should be the end of Jax. Tries to get the stun down, will still fall regardless of the dodging of auto attacks. It's spell damage that takes him out, and Team Chad loses their mid lane inhibitor.
Mid lane gone, and then you're right, that was the best fight out of Team Chad we've seen all game, and unfortunately Team Todd is just so far ahead that they cannot even win the fight despite the best play we've seen from them all game. 1924 did do a good job getting a little bit of damage in before getting deleted. Temeni did a fantastic job taking out DRF Xeno as Xeno dove to the back line. Unfortunately, they did lose a member prior to Temeni making that kill. Otherwise, that could have been a fight turned around if they'd been able to keep everybody up. 4. 9 stacks in total for no free names, 4 of which are minions or monsters. A lot of dragons, a Baron, and about 3 kills coming out of that feast ability. Making sure you have a nice, big, tanky Cho'Gath to take care of things. As Not a Foxman in 1924 caught out again
Yeah, Dive gonna be able to clean that one up without too much issue. Not a Fox main trying to throw the ultimate to survive a moment longer, but there's nothing in the tank left for the Nami as well. Team Todd probably could finish off the game at any point with a Cho'Gath that's just so tanky, massive. Double Ocean Drakes as well, just walk it down the mid lane, but instead they want to pad the stats. Nong Nong getting a bit of damage onto Many as Xeno going to try to finish off Delicious Seal. He's gotten a little bit tanky though, so it's going to take a couple more shots for her to get some damage down. Jumps to an ally as well to get out of the fight. Super minions with the Baron buff pushing onto the mid lane. Nexus turrets now. Top lane will fall as well, the inhibitor, and that leaves nothing but the bot lane inhibitor that will be picked up by the Fizz, and I believe Alistar. But Xeno goes in, gets some damage down. The pop from Zed takes out the ADC. They have to hold here and now. This is the only time for Team Chat if they want to make this game last any longer. Legendary from Nong Nong going to finish off one. Caitlyn going to fall as well. Everyone grouped around Dive. Playful Trickster not going to come out. He does! He lives! Oh my goodness, Delicious Seal going to fall as well. Nong Nong throws out the ultimate. Dive on to Many with the shuriken over the wall. Just long range, snipes down the Fizz. Everyone chases him down though with the charm from Ahri, guarantees the kill. The bottom lane inhibitor falls. There's nothing left besides the Nexus, and it's gonna crash as well. Flashing forward, now finds the charm. Chad literally has nothing in the base, nothing on their team, and nothing on the Nexus health as Team Todd takes victory in game number 2.
And now we are 1-1. Even though you picked Team Todd early, you said Chad later, so I'm going to say that's your pick. Haha.
Sure. Good try. Good try.
Yeah, nailed it. All right. That was a fun game. I like that one.
Let's go ahead and roll through the players, MVPs, and honorable mentions from game number 2.
All right, so for the losing side, Team Chad, the honorable mention, I am going to give that over to Not a Fox main. Did a good job when they were able to get into the team fights and landed a couple of good ultimates to make sure the team fights were extended. The CC was laid down onto multiple opponents, but in the end, it did not come out the way we intended. The MVP going to go over to Many on that Zed. Had a few beautiful assassinations where you're able to take out the Kaisa, take out mostly the Kaisa, honestly, in those fights. Got Ahri low quite a few times, but never quite could finish off that Ahri. Nong Nong did a beautiful job on there. Many, however, wasn't enough, unfortunately, to get Team Chad into the victory circle this time around. But next time, we'll see what happens.
I'm looking through the chat for the moment. Is that 2? That is game number 2.
That was 2, yeah.
Just finished. Who is the honorable mention?
Honorable mention was Not a Fox main.
Not a Fox main, but that Nami. Landed a couple of crucial bubbles, but there was just no damage follow-up. Yep. For the winning team, Team Todd. Todd for president. Todd for everything we ever loved and wanted. The DRF just group core was so good across the board, but really everyone on the team did well. No free names on this Cho'Gath ganking the bottom lane. Honorable mention, I think I will give it over to Xeno for playing a very sick... Hey, Icy Princess 1314, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I don't know why the audio didn't play. See, something's up with... I'll fix that, guys. Don't worry. I will fix that because there should be a little audio clip that plays when I hear that, but I didn't see it on the side of my triple monitor setup. I'm such a techno nerd. DRF Xeno on the Kaisa for the engages. I mean, got super fed in the bottom lane, but the main thing was using that power in other lanes as well. We talk about it's not just enough to win your lane, you got to win it everywhere else as well. And despite executing Caitlyn so many times in the bottom lane, getting that far ahead, didn't just feel free to sit bottom lane and continue to 1v1 Caitlyn, win the game, just win the bottom lane only. Headed to other lanes, headed to the mid lane, ganked with Alistar, and started roaming the map as well, taking that power with him to other lanes. But the one lane that he didn't have to go to was, of course, Nong Nong on this Ahri in the top lane, decimating the top lane Jax, pushed him under the tower over and over again, 255 farm, the highest in the game. Played just an immaculate Ahri up there, all for Senpai Lemur. Great job from Nong Nong on that. I mean, that was just crazy. Just crazy. Nong Nong the beast.
Nong Nong, the one that never plays things where you would think they belong.
Which always makes things fun. Always makes
exactly.
Things fun.
Rakan mid. Nong Nong's Rakan mid is awesome.
The what was it? The one time he played mid lane Braum. That was a game. That was a game. I think. Well, I think other than Semanis. No, let me do this. Someone's getting epilepsy in the background of your computer.
Of my computer?
Just the background of what was playing in the background. It was just blinking really fast, and over in the corner of my eye, I'm just seeing flash, 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 flash. And I'm like,
Oh,
man.
it looks like Vendetta Ressa is watching Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time. Actually, the first 3 seasons were pretty good at that. Then it got a little boring, but I've heard that if you survive the Elsa season, it gets much better. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clear everybody. I know the Semanis is already in there. Queue's reopened. Let's start it all over. So we can get everybody in for game number 3. Which again, we're not gonna go on break unless Salic, you gotta go on break, which is fine.
Nope.
We're just gonna roll right into game number 3, even though